Hey, ladies and gentlemen, KocoSports.com proudly presents Wrestle AM. It's half wrestling show, half morning show, pretty much all BS. And of course, you got yours truly, the sexiest man on all internet wrestling radio. Boom, boom, here's Sugar Room live in the RVA, Richmond, Virginia. And of course, join me way there across the pond. Talk about that cheeky bastard himself. Ladies, he's single. He is
That's
LK.
That's a lie. That's a lie. Do not be giving false proclamations out.
I'm trying to get you extra tail on the side, bro.
Dude, the funny thing is, this is going to be the only damn show my girlfriend watches. And that's going to be the only one she watches, and that's going to be the end of it. So, boom, booms, thank you for that. Let's move on.
Good. Dude, it's good to see you again. It's been like fucking forever and a day since we've actually done a show together.
Agreed. I got the man flu, which is aka the English version of just the flu. We're just men and we're cowards and we're pussies, so we just over-exaggerate everything. So you're there lying in bed just like a soapy little dickhead. But, you know, it's what happens. And then I obviously had to catch up with the money that I lost from work, so I did loads of overtime. And then it was like, oh, my God. And then finally this week I'm back and running. Starting on Saturday, I did the Roadblock and then the Raw. And now we're back and running. But now Coco's all off and lollygagging and pussyfucking around. So
apparently that flu, hopped a plane from went to Heathrow, hopped a plane all the way to Tokyo, and went to Dave's condominium.
You'll be next, Booms. You'll be next.
No, I'm getting scared already. Well, the only thing I've had since the weather actually starting to warm up here on the East Coast, I've actually had a lot of ants in my freaking apartment. It got warm, and I'm just like, so I've had to get the exterminator in here. It's a big pain in the ass. But anyway, speaking of big pain in the ass, man, I had to wait a whole nother. Well, for one, I've had to wait like 2 or 3 weeks before I could do their show with you, and I've had to wait a whole nother week to review some NXT. But it's looking pretty good. That the road is getting set to NXT Takeover in Dallas. Going to be April 1st, live on the WWE Network. A couple days before Mania. To be honest, okay, are you more excited for Mania or more excited for Takeover?
Dude, I'm more excited for work tomorrow than I am WrestleMania. Like, legitimately, I just have no excitement for Mania. With WrestleMania, especially the past few years when the build-up's been so weak, I don't get excited until the day of WrestleMania. And then it's like, oh shit, it's WrestleMania tonight. And then you kind of get those, WrestleMania pre-butterfly jitters, so to speak. But no, I'm looking forward to Takeover. It's got a great card, and you tell me 2 years ago that you'd get Nakamura versus Sami Zayn, you'd get like Finn Balor versus Samoa Joe in the main event. You would laugh. You would say, "Fuck off, WWE aren't going to employ them." So it's a step in the right direction. Even though obviously it's not Vince, but it's a step in the right direction. They're actually employing talented wrestlers instead of the usual bullshit that we get from the performance end. Obviously, nothing against those guys, but it's always better when you have experience in the indies and the name value and brand value already, like a Nakamura and an AJ Styles. But Boom, it's been a long time since we talked main roster. So have you been watching any Raw, any pay-per-view, any Roadblock or anything?
To be honest, I've been following like the recaps and I watched some highlight clips, but that's the extent that I watch Raw and their pay-per-views and Roadblock and all these other things. That's the only way I really follow them now. I've just been so over WWE as of late. Now, the only WWE product that I really watch consistently is NXT because it's actually entertaining, even though it was taped like 6-7 fucking months in advance. At least that's what it feels like. It's still more entertaining than Raw. It's absolutely more enjoyable. I enjoy watching it. I look forward to it every week. It's something that's on my to-do list every week, and I enjoy it. So I'm very grateful for it. But as far as like the mainstream product, it just boggles my mind because you would think that with their biggest pay-per-view of the year coming up, with so many people out hurt, that they would be calling on some of the undercard guys to step up and take those, to fill those spots until all those big names get healed up and are able to return. No, what are they doing? They do what they always do. They call in the legends. They keep pushing one guy. The one fucking person that nobody wants to fucking main event is main eventing.
Logic.
I don't get it.
But Booms, he has muscles and he's pretty. I can't believe he's got muscles and he looks pretty. I can't believe you don't see that, Booms.
You forgot to mention his long flowing hair.
Oh, Booms, don't get me started on his hair. That could be a show in its own right. Oh. Dude, whatever shampoo he's using, I want that hooked up sometime down the line.
Head and Shoulders. All right, but enough of the, as LK said, enough of the lollygagging. Let's get on with the review. And, you touched on it, just earlier. Sami Zayn, Nakamura, gonna happen. Zayn comes out, talked about how you went through a war with Samoa Joe. They damn near went an hour, which is true. They went the entire 45 minutes. I love how, I said this, last week during my review, I love how they sold it. They made it seem like it was just going to be a regular match, and they had all this other stuff lined up, and oh crap, this stuff's going longer. We're going to have to put this off to another week. We've got to have a winner here. And they went all night. My opinion, a match of the year candidate. Samoa Joe, however, comes out victorious, 2 falls to 1. And Zayn is just like, I hate that I came up short, but, and I hate that I'm going to have nothing to do because it's a huge, paper or huge event at TakeOver. William Regal comes out and says, yeah, you deserve it. You're in the opportunity, so you'll take on our newest signee, and just bam, Nakamura pops up on the screen, just says hello. He's gonna come into Dallas. He's gonna take on Sami Zayn, and just the whole crowd is just completely losing their minds. I guess it's no secret. I would assume you're in favor of this matchup here. What are your initial thoughts of it?
Just, I love the crowd reaction. Like, nothing beat that crowd reaction. I'm hard on these full sell fuckers. I always am, but they had a good reaction there. They were just marking out, and rightly so. I think it's going to be a great match. Surely Nakamura and El Generico surely had a match sometime in the past. And if anyone has it, please, after the show airs, don't put it in there live. But if you're after the show, if there has been a match with Sami Zayn and Nakamura in the past, can you pop it in the comments section below? And I would like to give that a watch. But I can't, to my recollection, I can't remember a Nakamura El Generico match. So it'll be good to see them wrestle again. Obviously, Sami Zayn now on the main roster. Sami Zayn's going to put Nakamura over. That's just logical booking.
Yeah, that's just something too. I mean, do you really want to do that? I mean, do you want to really have like the brand new guy? I'm not saying that, he doesn't deserve it, but I'm just saying, I'm just playing devil's advocate here. Do you really, think that's a smart idea to put like the guy who just, who's just now come in over one of your, top stars? I mean, granted that your top star is now moving up to the main roster and arguably could win he's going to have to pull double duty that weekend. He's going to have to wrestle at TakeOver on Friday and then turn around and wrestle at Mania on Sunday, when arguably he could win the Intercontinental title that second time around. Do you think that's smart booking, though, to have him potentially lose and then maybe kill any kind of momentum he has going into Mania?
I don't think so. I honestly don't think, because they always separate the WWE to the NXT. Like, it's always separated. It's very rare they bring up anything NXT related. Like, they'll talk about, oh, he's a former NXT champion, or oh, he's a former NXT tag champ, or a former NXT women's champ. But they never talk about storylines or wins or losses. They never talk about that. Minus, longest reigning or anything like that. They never talk about it. So, you could have Sami Zayn lose to Nakamura, and then Zayn goes, okay, it's cool. It's like, and then Zayn can say, you know what, these past few years at NXT have been absolutely incredible. I'm off to the main roster to wrestle in front of 100,000 plus people on Sunday night. Thank you all for your support. Catch your ass down the line. That kind of thing. So it'll be a nice way for Sami Zayn to go, puts Nakamura over in the process, and he's up to the main roster full time.
Yeah, I hope he does have a moment where he's able to tip his cap, because he did so much for NXT. He was very largely popular. I really wish his title reign would have been a little bit better. But now he's going to kind of fall back in the old routine. I'm beginning to think that this is like some kind of odd form of gladiators, him and Kevin Owens, because I feel like they're condemned to have this feud forever.
Bro, I'm not complaining. I could watch them wrestle forever. It's fine by me.
It's great. So, all right, now we're going to go into, and here's another thing I was thinking about as we kind of go into this paper. Let's just call it a pay-per-view, because I'm tired of saying an event. Let's just for the sake of this conversation, let's call it the pay-per-view. Let's call TakeOver a pay-per-view. We've seen the pay-per-views with NXT where they've had everybody retained, but I feel like this TakeOver Dallas before Mania, I've got a feeling that legitimately every single title could change hands in one show. You getting that feeling too? You getting that vibe?
Yeah, especially after, the Raw after Mania is when we're probably going to get the call-ups. So it'd be kind of nice to get, the belts off them. Let's start, Baylor maybe moving up. So you have Joe win the belt. I think Joe's a mainstay in NXT. Honestly, I don't think him ever getting calling up. I generally don't see him ever getting calling up. I
Yeah,
generally just
I've
don't.
heard that. I've heard that too. I think it's kind of a waste.
I don't know, because what's Joe going to do? Vince, I can picture Vince and Joe. Joe walks into the room. Vince looks at him, pokes him in the stomach, laughs, and walks on. Like, literally, that's what I can honestly picture. Ah, look at you, fat ass. Pokes him in the stomach and moves on. Do you reckon he gives a fuck that he's, killed in the indies for 15 fucking years? No. And, Kevin Owens, to his credit, lost shit tons of weight. Like, if you saw him in Ring of Honor, he actually has lost shit tons of weight. Joe, I don't know. Just cover that shit up. Like, I honestly believe Kevin Owens covers that shit up. Joe doesn't. Vince probably laughs at that, because, he's not cute. He's not adorable like my boy Roman Reigns. Like, it's simple as that. Like, it doesn't matter how good you are in the ring. If you're not cute, you're not fucking whatever the fuck Vince sees in the guy. Like, it can't be the talent. It can't be the promos. Bruce, I did a show earlier on where I previewed SmackDown. And I was there, and it said Roman Reigns in-ring promo, and I just started cracking up. I'm watching SmackDown this week, so I want to see Roman Reigns fuck up a promo. Like, just with Joe, I think he's a great promo. I do honestly think he's a great promo. He's great in the ring. Just he's not a Vince guy. Like, you can just tell he's not a Vince guy. Like, why waste him? Just keep him in NXT, make him the champ, have him have a monster heel run, then turn face, then start putting people over, and then fucking retire. Honestly, I can't see him ever. Can you honestly picture in a WrestleMania main event Samoa Joe in that ring?
Stranger things have happened. I'm gonna hold out hope and say, yeah. I'm gonna
Honestly,
I hold out hope.
I would love to see it.
There's a lot of things that and I would normally agree with you. Okay, I would absolutely under normal circumstances would 100% agree with you. But when I've seen AJ Styles come into WWE and be presented the way he's been presented, I've seen other people like Booker T come in and get a top spot, Rob Van Dam come in and get a high spot. I'm thinking, maybe there is. I'm not saying there's like a big hope. I'm saying there is hope. There is that kind of hope for Samoa Joe.
So you've not given up on the poor boy?
No, I haven't.
Okay, good for you. I'm proud of you. Samoa Joe has tears in his eyes, so thank you for warming up Samoa Joe's heart.
Yeah, I've actually met Samoa Joe one time. This is back when he was getting big. It was around circa 06. Yeah, he's fucking huge. I will say that. He is fucking huge. And
but he's not fat huge. He's a machine. You wouldn't fuck with him.
Oh no,
you would
absolutely
not fuck with him.
Oh no. I was not much bigger than what I am right now. And I was like, wow, this guy is really fucking big. No, and he has soft hands. I will say that. Very nice soft handshake.
Where did he put those soft hand booms, and how much did you charge him?
$50.
Fucking hell. Joe was right in there. I suppose he wasn't making WWE money back then, was he?
No. No, hell no. He wasn't making WWE money. This is back during his Unstoppable push and when he first started with TNA. We're going way back there. All right. Now I guess we're kind of pussyfooting around it here, Boo, because we really don't want to talk about the opening tag team match, but a lot of tag team matches tonight here. The Hype Bros taking on Angelo Dawkins and Kenneth Crawford. Pretty standard tag team match. Hype Brothers all the way. They hit the Hype Rider on Crawford. First time I've seen Crawford in the ring. No opinion of one way or the other. Angelo Dawkins, pretty much same old. He's been in the company for 3 years now and hasn't had anything go his way. Why are they pushing the Hype Bros? I'm legitimately asking, why are they pushing the Hype Bros? I see no benefit to pushing them. Like, if you had right now, if they were going to be like the next tag team to challenge the Revival, maybe I could understand that, but I just don't picture them with all these wins they're racking up right now. I don't picture them as serious threats to either the Revival or American Alpha, whomever should, become a tag team champion.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I guess because it was featured on Breaking Ground, which is also on the network. Like, that was Mojo Rawley's story was pretty heavily involved. I hate everything. I hate them. It hurts me when I see them on my TV. Like, their entrance music pisses me off. The way how he runs out pisses me off. The way how they have that stupid smoke when they go on the buckles pisses me off. Their finisher pisses me off. His "you ain't hyped, you ain't hyped" pisses me off. The way Mojo Rawley runs pisses me off. The way how Zack Ryder still has a job pisses me off. The way how Zack Ryder is dating Emma pisses me off. The way both of them have jobs pisses me off. The way how they're ruining NXT pisses me off. So all around, they piss me off. And Jellicoe Dawkins has been there since fucking George Hackerschmidt won the title in 1905. He's been fucking doing nothing. He's a waste of space. He pisses me off. The other dude in the ring, I don't even know his name. So all in all, opening promo, great. Opening match, pissed me off. Like, what more can I say?
But at least they went ahead and got it out of the way, right?
Dude, they could have put it halfway in the show. I could have gone for a piss. Like, instead of making me pause the damn thing. Actually, no, that's what I had demo match for. Oh!
Yeah, now that you mentioned, I am kind of jealous that, Zack Ryder's dating Emma of all people. At least I know he's fed.
Oh. Did you just say at least? Did you just say at least I know he's fed? Like, yeah, dude, have you been like hanging around with Rey Mysterio a bit in the back or whatever?
I don't know when I say fed. Emma has her own cooking channel on YouTube. She hasn't updated in a while, so I'm getting disappointed. Emma, if you're hearing this, I need some more episodes, girl. It's called Tasted Tennille. She basically has all these. 9 out of 10 of them are just all healthy recipes. So that way, if you want to make like a healthy version of spaghetti, turkey chili, she even had a couple of breakfast items, some desserts. I mean, just real simple stuff that you can make that's tastes good. I've actually made a couple of them. They're actually really good. So it's fun. It's fun, and so she's really getting into the cooking thing. So I was like, well, I know she's cooking for him, so that makes me jealous because not only does he get to like hang out with Emma, but he gets to eat Emma's cooking, and I'm like jealous.
Let's move on before your wife puts you to sleep.
Oh yeah, she'll probably bust my head open with a cast iron skillet in my sleep. I don't know.
What? My cooking not good enough for you, Booms? My cooking not good enough for you, Booms?
I don't think it really matters because hell, I do most of the cooking anyway. Well, we split it up. We split it up. We split it up 50-50. And I don't know if that just actually means because she likes my cooking or just the fact that she doesn't have to cook.
I can't judge. Never met the woman.
Mm-hmm. All right, next, let's see. They go through like a little video package about the Arnold Classic, but then we get to a women's match. Speaking of Emma, she takes on Deonna Purrazzo. Deonna Purrazzo, she is actually the first woman to kind of emerge from the Performance Center after all the main call-ups of Charlotte, Becky, and Sasha that hasn't been hyped up because they hyped up Ava Marie, they hyped up Nia Jax, they hyped up Asuka, but they didn't hype her up. So she's really the first talent that they kind of had come out of the Performance Center. She didn't do much against Emma. She lost via the Emma lock. Emma's still hot. Well, I actually want to see more from her now. I want to see her wrestle some more. I want to see her actually have a storyline. See how she holds up. I think she held her own in that match. So she, in terms of, I think she can get in there and she can, participate in a match, take the bumps. But I want to see her do some offense. I want to see her, try to wrestle something, maybe like a 5-minute match. I want to see more for her just to kind of see how she holds up and how she's going to develop. But it was a pretty straightforward match. Are you looking at anything else outside, the obvious? Any thoughts you want to share on that?
I just think every time like Emma's getting these squash matches, every time I feel they're really draggy. Like in a minute we have Ciampa come on and he has a squash match. I found that very enjoyable. This I didn't. This felt to me like I was dragging. I was like, should I go for a piss? But no, because the match, it's a squash. It's going to end soon. And that DP Deonna, or whatever the fuck her name is, fucking sort your trunks out. Like, generally, like you're a woman, you know. It's disgusting. Like, dude, cover something up. Like, legit, she made like Eva Marie look fucking normal. Like, did you see how fucking tight and short her trunks were? Her yellow trunks. Like, they just, dude, what? It's fucking wrestling. Like, what obviously happened is, oh, I've got to get over somehow. Let's show as much booty as biologically possible. Like, at least Emma, like, she fucking covers it up to an extent. Like, you know, she's got the shorts on. You know, like the shorts, they're kind of like, that's the arse, like, it's like that. This woman's like that. It's like, dude, you're a fucking woman. Like, sort your shit out, please. That's all I could see the whole match. I'm not fake. I'm like, pull them up, put them up. Oh, you dirty slut. Anyway, match itself bored the living shit out. Like, honestly, like, at this point,
it was a squash match. I mean, there's no doubt about it.
It just felt so long. It felt so long. Like, if this was all in it, like, at this point, I was tempted to turn it off. If it wasn't for this review, I'd have turned it off. Because I'm like, I just sat through a fucking Hype Bros match. I just sat through one of the worst squash matches I've seen in a long, long time. And I'm there thinking, right, it's got to get better. It's got to get better. It's got to get better. And it does. So there's no need to panic. But that was not great. That was probably one of the worst Emma performances I've seen in a while. I was disappointed. Thoroughly.
All right. Next is just another thing that you mentioned is Tommaso Ciampa taking on Jesse Sorensen. Ciampa came out like a house of fire. I mean, he just started laying into Sorensen, tossed him around the ring, hooked him in that armbar submission there, and got the tap out win. So, is Ciampa officially part of the NXT roster? Because if not, they're wasting a lot of time for somebody who's not signed with the company, or are they using that to butter him up to get him to sign?
No, what they've got is they've got a deal with WN, which is the company that runs Evolve. Evolve and Evolve and NXT are really close, so they kind of like exchange talent. Like, for instance, at Evolve 56 and 57 this weekend, William Regal's going to be there, and he's going to be on the show. And basically, NXT sends their guys, Evolve sends their guys to the NXT tapings. If you kind of get what I mean, so they're kind of like swapping talents.
All right, I can see why. It's just, are they interested? I mean, this, and Sorensen's not even signed with WWE. I just want to. I'm not, saying it's a bad thing to have Ciampa on the show, and it's not a bad thing to have him get wins. It's just, what are they doing? Are they building him up for something? Are they trying to get him signed? Are they putting over Evolve? I'm legitimately asking what's going on with this.
On NXT house shows, Ciampa's been teaming up with Gargano. So I'm guessing that they might have a run for the tag straps sometime down the line, but both are heavily featured in Evolve at the minute. So I think they're going to maybe do like a loser leaves Evolve kind of thing, and then they'll officially sign with NXT. But, there's still NXT contract, but it's not NXT exclusive contract, if you get what I'm saying.
All right. Thank you very much for kind of clearing that up here. Next, we have a women's tag match. We have Nia Jax and Ava Marie teaming up to take on my homegirl, Bayley and Asuka. My complaint about this match is I think this was too short. I really did. I really think like they rushed through this. I really wish they would have canceled either the Hype Bros match or the Emma match or the Tommaso Ciampa match and move that to another week. And just given this one, even the main event, just to kind of make room. I feel like they tried to make up from last week when they only had one match. It's like, well, we only had one match last week. Let's try to cram as many fucking matches as we can get in one fucking hour. And I really felt like this suffered because I really just felt like they left a lot on the table. I know Ava Marie is working in the ring. She's not that great. I know that Nia Jax is still green, and they're still working her out, and I think both of them being together as a tag team really helps them both out in the long. It's going to help them out in the short run, which will make them better in the long run. And plus, I'd kind of like to see a little bit more of a tease of tension between Bayley and Asuka, because this was no big secret that Asuka wants Bayley's championship. It's been no secret. So I would have loved to have seen something where Asuka takes Nia Jax, somebody that Bayley struggled to beat, had to beat her with that guillotine. It took everything in her just to, to get her to tap out, just to kick the living shit out of Nia Jax and just drop her. I mean, just drop her in the fucking ring and just have her just look over. I mean, she doesn't have to say anything and just, or maybe have, see the heels, team up, beat up on Bayley, then have, get the hot tag and have Asuka clean house, or vice versa, have Asuka take a lot of the blows and then you have Bayley have to come in and clean house. I would have loved, there's just so many things they could have done. And I just felt like they just went for I really felt like this was way too short. But anyway, the match kind of ends on a miscue. Nia Jax accidentally dropped the leg on Ava Marie. This allowed, and during the confusion, Asuka kicked Nia Jax in the back of the head. This allowed Bayley to get up and hit the Bayley to belly on Ava Marie, get the pin for the 1, 2, 3. William Regal comes out, congratulates him on the win, and then announces that Asuka is the new #1 contender and she will challenge for Bayley's title at TakeOver. So, but what are your do you think that maybe I'm being a little too harsh here? Do you feel like they left a little too much on the table? Like I suggested, do you think the match should have been longer? Would you have booked it differently? And what do you think about this upcoming women's match at TakeOver?
I could see you wanting it to be a bit longer, but I like the point of Eva Marie and Nia Jax being a team. It helps them, but I mean Nia Jax have been wrestling what we'll say a year. Eva Marie's
I don't even think it's been a year. I think she debuted this past summer. Was it?
And then we got Eva Marie.
No, it was after August. It was after August when she debuted. It was it was. I think London was like her first really big match, so it hasn't been too long.
Okay, so we'll give her like 5 months just to be safe. We'll say 5 months just to be safe.
Okay.
And you have Eva Marie who was on the main roster with the likes of AJ Lee, Paige, all that for 3 years. And if you actually watch, Nia Jax is fucking so much better than her. And when someone who's been wrestling for 3 months, 4, 5 months is better than someone's been wrestling 3-4 years, maybe time to think of a new profession or a new business or a new whatever the fuck you want to call it for Eva Marie. Like I don't want to be that guy, but she is so damn bad. She can't do anything. She can't cut a promo. She can't wrestle. She can barely bump, and when she bumps, it's kind of like she doesn't flat back bump. She just kind of falls, and it's so uncomfortable to watch. She's a heel because she's shit, not because she's a good wrestler who's good at being a heel. It's wrong, and you have all these great NXT women who have to work with her. It's not safe for them because she don't know what she's doing. And, I don't know what they're doing with her because obviously Total Divas, she's on the road with them a lot. She should be at that fucking performance center fucking working her ass off. She surely, think of this logically. I'm that wrestler. I've been wrestling for 3 years. I stink. I'm getting booed out of the building, chanted, "You can't wrestle." I'm going to shut them up and I'm going to learn to wrestle. What's all well and good going to Brian Kendrick's school for a fucking weekend? It's not going to fucking train you, is it? Like, where is look, just grow some fucking balls. I know you're a woman, but grow some fucking balls. Say, look, I'm getting heat. I'm getting massacred by every single person on the planet because I can't wrestle. Please let me learn to wrestle. Let me go to the performance center every single day for about 5 to 6 months and let me learn to wrestle so I can actually get over and I can make you money. Let me make you money. Like, it's simple. Like, just grow balls and do that. If not, you're going to get booed. You're never going to get over. You're never going to go to the main roster unless you're a fucking prostitute in a fucking storyline. And it drives me insane. Like, Nia Jax, 5 months, she's improved. You see improvement in her. You actually can see improvement. It just drives me insane. Tag match itself was okay. I loved when Regal announced, and then when Eva Marie's on my fucking mind now. Then Bayley and Nia Jax had that stare down. They didn't say a word. Asuka with that smile and Bayley with that oh shit look on her face. That was really good storytelling. Then I'm really looking forward to the match. I think it'll be a great match. It'll be one of those, you think it's going to be good, but I think it could be one of those show stealers. I really do. I think it could be match of the night minus saying Nakamura.
Yeah, I agree. I love the look that Bailey's, with her emotions. She's not saying she's scared, but everything, her body language, her mannerisms, the tone of her voice, everything says that she's scared. It's like, it's like I'm scared of hell as this woman, but I'm gonna have to wrestle her anyway. I love that, and I kind of hate thinking that maybe she's gonna lose her first time out. I know they're talking about calling her up, and I just hate to see her just, crumble in front of this challenge.
I don't know, because then the way I see it, Asuka beats her, and then if the main roster shit does fail, bring her back down straight away. Straight, don't risk that character. If it doesn't work in the first couple of months, bring her straight back down and just continue the Asuka feud. It's not worth it. It's not worth ruining a character and a moneymaker like that. I mean, she must be making the company good money as it is for the NXT merch. So the way I see it, just bring her straight back down if the character doesn't connect, because some characters just won't connect to that big, large casual audience.
I hate to say this, but I think they're good. I think the main roster is going to ruin her character. I mean, they're absolutely. I mean, I think it's inevitable. It's going to happen. Because I mean, look what they did. Look, I mean, they ruined Charlotte. They ruined Becky. They ruined Sasha to some extent. They ruined Natalia. They ruined Paige. It's just god awful. And why? Because the fucking writers actually don't know real women. Apparently, they just still live in their mom's fucking basement. The women they chat with are, women on the internet.
Dude, they don't do that. The close the writers get to conversations is when they don't even talk to the women like what they want to do. So they're just like, "Can you talk to Paige for me? Ask if she wants a match tonight. Why don't you go do it? I'm scared. I don't talk to women. Like, no, writers can't write anymore. And with Raw, it's like they'll go through like this really great segment, and you'll be like, okay, this is what I'm talking about. This is the Raw I want to watch. This is sports entertainment done right. And then they just slap you in the face and kick you in the nuts at the same time. It's like, oh, come on. It's embarrassing. It is. It's like, imagine like bringing a non-wrestling fan over to your house and making them sit down and watch Raw. Would you really feel comfortable and say, oh, I love this. This is what I love to watch? You'd be like, no. And that's that. When that starts happening, it's like you question it. And we always talk about ratings on this show, and Raw for the past month in WrestleMania season has lost from February the 22nd to where we are now. We've lost 0.24 of a TV rating. 0.24 has gone down 0.6, then 0.6, 0.6, 0.6, and we are where we are now. If we keep going this fucking way, there's going to be 2 people watching, and that's going to be me and fucking Dave Coco. Unbelievable. Jesus wept. Unbelievable.
Then we had a one-on-one interview with Austin Aries. I liked the interview. He called Baron Corbin insecure. He's hyping up their match at Takeover Dallas. And just says he's going to teach Corbin why he's the greatest man that ever lived. I'm interested to see how they're going to present Austin Aries. Do you think Aries is going to be another guy that they kind of just keep down there in NXT, or do you think there's potential for him to go up to the main roster?
Well, Aries, yeah. I see. I'm not. I don't know. I don't know of Aries, because obviously, if they treat him like they treat AJ, I think he'll be fine. I think he'll be fine if they give him time on the mic as well. If they give him time on the mic, he can be one great fucking heel. Like, he is one fucking great heel. I'm looking forward to Aries Corbin, because I want Aries to show him that he's so much better than fucking Baron Corbin. Like, I just can't comprehend how a company that has Nakamura in, that has Sami Zayn, that pushes Finn Balor, that pushes Samoa Joe, that pushes all these great talents, they must look and think Corbin's at their level. That it kind of insults me to an extent when they're like, okay, yeah, you're going to work a program with Austin Aries. No. Why can't Austin Aries come in as a heel and work a promo with Apollo Crews?
I've got a feeling that they're going to get Corbin over at Austin Aries' expense.
I think they are too. I think that too, and it sickens me. Like, what? I don't get the attraction of Corbin. I don't get it. He's yet to connect the crowd. He's been there for a year, 2 years. I'm yet to see him have a great match, and I mean, his match at NXT Takeover London against Apollo Crews. Apollo Crews doesn't have bad matches. That's a fact. He could have a good match, but just wrestling a shadow. Got a boring and you're shit and you know you are chant. That says enough about the guy. He's another apologize to Rick Rude guy, like Eva Marie. She's an apologize to Rick Rude girl. She's a heel because she's shit, not because she's a good heel. There's complete difference, and it just drives me insane why they keep pushing the guy. Okay, he might work hard at the Performance Center. I didn't give a fuck unless you're improving in the fucking television show. Get him off the fucking television show. Simple as that.
Yeah, that's another argument that I always hate with people. It's like, well, but I work hard. Yeah, a lot of people fucking work hard. That doesn't entitle you to fucking anything. You gotta show results. You know, I can appreciate the work ethic, but you've got to start showing some kind of improvement, because hell, everybody can work hard, but you've got to make efforts to get better, and you have to show some kind of improvement. You just can't go, well, I give it the old college try. That should count for something. No, it doesn't. And I think, and maybe, you know, Breaking Ground is completely just scripted, and they, you know, tell them stay in character, or maybe their characters are just them turned way up, but to me, Corbin just comes off as fucking entitled. Is that, you know, they pulled him out of the NFL. He's tall, he's somewhat muscular, got a unique look with all his tattoos. And it's just kind of, he's kind of got like this attitude of, oh, I'm fucking in. I don't really have to work all that hard. I'm, you know, just a minor celebrity here, you know. To me, and like I said, he just comes off as entitled.
Yeah, he came across as a douchebag, like a real arrogant son of a bitch. Like, oh, I'm a lone wolf. I don't talk to no one. Look, you can be a lonely guy and not be a douche. Like, it's not difficult. Like, literally, oh, no. Main event time, Booms. Then we'll get to live comments.
Main event time. All right. American Alpha versus the Vaudevillains to determine the #1 contenders for the NXT Tag Team Championships. Another thing, I wish this match was longer, and I also felt like the Vaudevillains have, you know, I've been talking about this for the past like 3 weeks here. The Vaudevillains, for a heel team, they don't do anything heelish. And I think this is the one point where they really could have got some heel heat by, you know, using some, you know, underhanded tactics to kind of, you know, get one over on American Alpha. I'm not saying win the match, but, you know, just distract the referee, double teams, do all kinds of different stuff. But they didn't do any of that. They said they're okay. These guys are heels, but they didn't do anything outside of smart tag team wrestling. Cut the ring off, keep Chad Gable isolated. And to me, they still don't come off as a heel tag team. I don't know if it weren't for those vignettes, I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know any better. Like, if I wasn't a regular viewer and I hadn't seen them, I wouldn't know that they were bad guys. But American Alpha, let me ask you this, you know, before I get to the, you know, start reviewing the match. Do you feel like maybe they've waited too late to pull the trigger on American Alpha?
No. Perfect time just before Mania. Perfect time.
Yeah, because I feel like they kind of drug out the whole all these tag, especially the tag team feud between the Revival and Enzo and Cass. I really felt like they drug that out intentionally. I don't know if you thought that, you know, maybe that made the division suffer a little bit just so they could get to this moment. But you think there is going to be a big payoff?
Yeah, the American Alpha winning the tag tracks will be great. It'll be great. I think best save it for Mania. Like, that would be a great moment. I would have hated it if they just hot shotted the belt because they were getting, you know, being over. Don't do that. Make them earn it.
There was a couple of big fucking spots in this match that I absolutely loved. Chad Gable rolled up, I think it was Aiden English, and I thought he was just going to go for a small package. No, he goes all the way through it, and just, this was beyond a German suplex. You know, Brock Lesnar did a German suplex. This was like kind of like Chaos Theory that Doug Williams used to do. I mean, just rolled with them and just, I mean, he got him airborne. I mean, he caught all of that suplex on him. Then there was the spot to the outside where they threw Simon Gotch over. He kicked Jason Jordan in the face on the outside, but Gable went and made the save and kicked him off the ring apron into Jordan's arms, who gave him a belly-to-belly suplex on the on the floor. They go back in, make the tag. They actually did a sneaky tag. I actually kind of like that, where Jordan took the tag and ducked down off the apron, thinking, and so that way English wouldn't know that Jordan was the legal guy. It set him up for that the grand amplitude, get the 1, 2, 3 new #1 contenders. I really wish this match. Maybe it's just because I like both of these tag teams. Yes, I still like the Vaudevillains. I really like both these tag teams. I really wish this match would have gone longer. I really, like I said earlier in the show, I really wish they would have canceled at least one of the earlier squash matches just so they could give this a little more time. I really feel like this could have gone 15, 20. Hell, I probably could see this even going 30 minutes.
Yeah, maybe 20, because obviously there was a really long match, so that you don't want to fucking over.
Yeah, true.
Matches. So I'd say 20 as a peak, and I think that would have been better. But they got a good match out of it, hot finish, crowd were into it. I enjoyed it. Smart booking, American Alpha getting the win. I liked it. I have nothing against it. I think American Alpha versus Revival, which why change the mechanics? Like, what was wrong with the mechanics? But hey ho, we'll move on. We'll get us some live comments before we close this bad boy up. I'll quickly jot them up.
All right, let's take a look here. Let's see. I'm only going to get to the questions here. LK, what would you say about me to your girlfriend? LOL. This is from Ramastani.
He's a porn lover. He's probably subscribed to every major porn provider in the planet. He likes women. If he ever follows you on Twitter, block him. There you go. That's probably it. Like, if he tries to, I don't know. I've never met the guy in person, so I don't know what I'd say. But if it was over the internet, I'll be like, block the fuck out of him. Like, as a woman, I'm like, block the fuck out of him.
All right. What do you think of Drew Galloway's title win?
I'm halfway through Impact now, but I obviously do know he won the world title, and I can't comment because I can't give a fair opinion because I haven't watched it.
Do you think finishers should not be able to be kicked out of?
Yeah, only certain special occasions where like it's a big feud, and or if there's a championship match and he kicked out. Like, no one ever kicks out of that, and it's special. Like the 3D, no one ever kicks out the 3D. Then when someone does, it means something.
Yeah, I actually kind of blame that WrestleMania match between The Rock and Stone Cold, because they kicked out of each other's finishers, and it was just such a huge deal, and then everybody started doing it, and then now finishers really don't mean anything. It's just like, okay, how can you really call that a finisher? A finisher means you hit that move, it's fucking over, you fucking win. It's all over but the crying. That's what that fucking means, and so I really feel like to give them some more credit, finishers, more credibility, more that it's more exciting to see someone squirm out of that finisher. It's like, oh crap, they almost hit it, and whew, we got out of that. Whereas when finisher, oh okay, well it didn't work, and because I think that kills like the ending, because it was like I remember it was Kurt Angle versus Brock Lesnar. Lesnar kept kicking out of the F5. And then, when that shooting star press fucks up, he, starts throwing F5s, and it's like, the move that he kicked out of 5 other times, that one's finally beat him. Well, that doesn't make any fucking sense.
Yeah, that's what I love about New Japan. Like, they tease and tease and tease and tease and tease that finisher. When they hit it, boom, it has more impact. And you're like, he's not kicking out. And then when he does kick out, if it's a big show, you're like, oh, fuck, this really is a big deal. But, like, I don't know, like, I miss the day. Like you said, they've replaced, squirming your way out. Like the pedigree. How many times have Triple H hooked those damn arms in the past to try and get that pedigree? They don't anymore. Now they just hit the pedigree, kick out of it, then they do it 2 more times, and finally they get it. It's like, come on, it's not a fucking video game. Like, it's really difficult sometimes to suspend your disbelief when you see a finisher being hit and it's not the finish, but it's happened so often that you're like, when a finisher actually gets hit, you're now, instead of thinking like back in the day, if someone hit like a DDT in coverage, you're like, oh shit, that could be it. Now if someone hits their finisher for the first time, you're like, oh okay, he's going to kick out. Like, it's times have changed, and I wish they didn't, but sometimes they do, and there's nothing you can do about it.
Should NXT have the likes of Finn Balor every week? I think they do feature at least one champion or mention the championship. They do have something at least every week about a championship. So yeah, I think they should.
Yeah, just keep rotating the roster so everyone gets TV time.
Here, this is actually a good question that Ray Mastani's bringing up here. The pros and cons of WrestleMania so far.
Pros, Shane McMahon's back. Cons, 9 hours of Raw I've had to sit through so far on the road to WrestleMania after Fastlane. They've been pretty poor.
Let's see. We're going to see Dean Ambrose. It's looking like he's geared up for a higher spot now, so this could be a big thing for him. I think we could see a face turn for the New Day coming up at Mania. Zayn versus Owens. I mean, that's going to steal the fucking show. What else is? It's fucking Mania, so they always tend to have something good. The cons is just because we were bad monkeys last year and we didn't cheer Roman Reigns. Well, we had to wait a whole another year, and by God, we're gonna get it. We're gonna get a coronation of Roman Reigns, whether we fucking like it or not. Because
but Booms, imagine his hair when he holds that belt up and his hair flickers, and especially in the night. Oh, I'm getting my. I don't care. I'm getting my phone out and I'm taking a picture of my screen and putting that as my wallpaper.
There's a strong breeze going through Texas, so that way his locks of hair will just flow gently in the breeze as he holds up the title. Another con is I really don't, and I know this is probably going to be blasphemy to some people, but I really don't care about the Undertaker Shane McMahon match. I really don't care because, okay, Shane McMahon wins, so what? He's not going to be there next week. Undertaker loses, so what? The streak's already being ended.
No. If Shane wins, he gets control of Raw, so he will be there the next week. But if Taker wins, Shane has to give back the lockbox or some kind of gimmick to Vince, so that Shane will have no control over the WWE at all. So it'll kind of be like, yeah, bye Shane, catch us down the line, we'll never see you again. But I'm worried that in theory, like I said this on my show earlier, what's going to be the main event? Because if you put on Shane Taker semi-main, and then Shane wins and gets control of the WWE, what's the point of Triple H being there? Because Triple H is going to come out knowing that he's going to get fired the next night because that's what Shane said. So Triple H's like, oh, what's the point? I may as well just lie down. Whereas if they put the fucking Shane and Taker on last, the strap's not in the main event. The title should always be in the main event one-on-one, and then you're going to hear people complain about that. I have no fucking clue how they're going to book that. It's just match placement of format. I'm curious to see how they're going to do that. I have no fucking clue how they're going to do that. Either way, it doesn't make sense. But that's what they do. They'll pull a rabbit out of the hat. I know they'll pull a rabbit out of the hat.
Either way around, and McMahon wins and the fans lose.
Yeah. Story of WWE for the past 5 years.
Yeah. More than that. Let's see. My excitement went down after the end of Raw last week for Shane versus Taker. Yeah, I can understand that. All right, Ray, this is the last one of your questions I'm going to have to entertain for a while, but he's added a new category. It's called Fuck, Marry, Kill, and now Spank. And he moves off Lana, Paige, Carmella, and Alexa Bliss. So which one do you marry? Which one do you fuck? Which one do you kill? And which one do you spank, sir?
I kill Lana. I can't be dealing with that accent. Marry Carmella. She seems like a nice, bubbly person. Fuck Alexa Bliss and spank Paige. What the fuck are we doing on here?
I have no idea, but let's see. I'd fuck Alexa Bliss, I'd marry Carmella, I'd spank Lana, and I'd kill Paige. Let's see. Gonna go. No, I'm not even gonna bother that one. Let's see. I'm just looking for questions. The most underrated match in WrestleMania history. Most underrated match. Ooh.
Guerrero and Mysterio was good at 21. That was good that not a lot of people talk about. Or Benoit and Angle at Mania 17. That's always overlooked.
Yeah,
That was a great match.
I think Punk Taker at 29 was really
That's
good. That I really don't feel like that one just kind of got pushed by the wayside. I think that was the only match that saved that Mania.
a good shout. Yeah, not already. 9, 10. Oh no, it's talked about a lot.
Let's see, I'm still flipping it. Who is excited for Aztec Warfare? Me.
Yeah, that's gonna be good next week.
I'm excited. Let's see. Is WrestleMania 32 going to be the second worst WrestleMania behind WrestleMania 11? We say that every year.
It won't. But it won't. It won't.
I mean, yeah, I've had to deal with some bad manias before. 29 was bad. WrestleMania 2 was bad. The first WrestleMania was okay. WrestleMania, I think it was 9 or 11. It was the one they did outside of Vegas. That one was
9. That was shit.
Outside in Vegas, that one was horrible. The Mania where I think it was like Foley and Edge win it in a hardcore match. That one was just kind of
22. That was okay.
Yeah, WrestleMania like 2000 was kind of bland. So now this, because like half the matches I actually like, and other half of the matches I really don't care about. But right now, like going into it, I'm thinking, okay, this can't. It's not going to be great, but it's not going to be the worst. It won't be the worst, trust me. What do you think about what do you think of a New Day face turn, and what about Enzo and Cass? Yeah, I think it's time to turn them face, and then Enzo and Cass, I think if they can't get over, there's something wrong.
I think we know there's something wrong.
Booms, this is a question for me. Nia Jax or Tamina for hardcore action?
Oh.
Shit, Tamina. I'd fall on that fucking hand grenade. Why not?
Oh.
Dude, LK, I know you're young, but there's a little saying, at least we had back in my day. It's called taking one for the team.
There's taking one for the team, then there's,
like I said, man, sometimes you got to fall on that hand grenade to save the platoon.
We'll have a memorial. Minute silence.
Because if you have because you always have that. You always have like a gaggle like hot chicks, but they always have that one fat friend. Sometimes you got to be the guy who sleeps with that fat friend, so all your other friends can get laid, and they owe you one.
How many times you have to been that guy, Booms? How many times you have to been that guy?
I had to do that several times. But I'll tell you this much, yeah, it was kind of crazy. Okay, fucking a fat chick is a lot like riding a moped. It's fun until your friends see you.
I couldn't imagine doing a fat chick, no.
Oh, it's fun. They get freaky, too. Well, I mean, it makes sense. I mean, some of them don't get that kind of attention often, so when they do, they make the most of it.
They do. I bet they do.
You just got to put a rope on. You try to see if you can stay on for that full 8 seconds.
Wow.
Dragon slaying. All right, back on the topic here, wrestling. I think the casual audience is ruining WWE. Your thoughts? No, I don't think the casual audience is ruining WWE. I really feel like they're trying to pander to a casual audience, trying to pull them in, because WWE has this mindset of they've got their core base of fans. They've got these people that are going to watch no matter what. So now that they know that they've got them, what else can they do to kind of pull these other people who are on the fence or could be more susceptible to liking WWE? What can they do to attract them? That's what they're trying to do, and I think that's what causes their overall product to suffer.
Agreed. I completely agree with that.
Who would you like to see get a push? Goldback or normal Reigns?
I don't mind Ryback. He's one of those guys, like, you see him on a match card, you're like, oh, Ryback. But he always puts on a decent. He tries, bless him. It's like Roman Reigns. He comes out, he's like, okay, but right back, he tries, bless him, he tries. I just want to go up to his forehead and like slap his forehead. It's like, you tried, buddy. You gave it your best. We know you have no talent in your body, but you really tried.
You probably crying, but I work hard. And okay, you just said one of the most fucking Southern things I've ever heard. You finally whipped out the bless his heart. For those of you like don't understand, this is apparently this is not just a Southern thing, but in my particular region of the U.S., you can say the meanest thing about anybody, but as long as you finish it up with bless their heart, it's like, oh, okay, it just kind of nulls out like the meanness of everything you just said. It'd be like, you know, he's got to be the ugliest son of a bitch in the county, bless his heart. You know, I love him. He's a good kid, but he's really, really slow, bless his heart. So, you know, you just that kind of nullifies it. He just did one of the Southern things ever. Hell yeah. Give yourself a Barry Horowitz, sir. Let's see. Aries versus Corbin. Yeah, we've already talked about that, how we do it. I've really got a feeling that Corbin's going to get over at Aries' expense, but if I was booking it, I'd book Aries to win just because I hate Corbin.
Me too. I can't stand the guy.
Let's see. This is probably going to be up your alley, okay? But Raymond Mastani wants to know your thoughts on Willow being seen at Eric Young and Bram segment backstage.
No, I'm only up to the mixed tag match, which is about half an hour in, so I haven't seen that bit yet.
Let's see. How would you book Corbin? I wouldn't.
Yeah, I'd fire his ass.
I'd just be like, look, you know, okay, outside of 60 minutes, aside from 60-second squash matches, he hasn't done really much of anything.
I'd be like, look, I know you work hard, and you really do work hard, but you're just not connecting with the audience, and you know, bless your cotton socks, but I'm firing your ass. It was nice knowing you. Wish you well in your future endeavors. Please do not ever don't. Actually, if I give you $20,000 right now, can you promise me you'll never step foot in a wrestling ring again? No. 40,000? No. Fucking, I don't care. Like, go as high as the guy wants to never step foot in a wrestling ring again, because whatever ring he steps in, he damages the fucking prestige of that company. Honestly, the guy is one of the worst workers. He's so bad. Wear wrist tape as well. It fucks me off. One thing I can't stand, wrestlers that only wear one wrist tape. Mike Bennett came out on Impact with half wrist tape on. I'm like, I'm feeling uncomfortable watching this. I'm going to pause it and go watch NXT. I was like, oh, fucking hell. I can't stand it. And do you remember when Randy Orton went for a stage where he didn't wear arm pads, sorry. That fucked me up. I'm like, Randy Orton, put arm pads on. You are the boy. If you build a sports entertainer from the ground up, you get Randy Orton, wear arm pads. Damn it. I hate it. I hate when wrestlers don't wear wrist tape. Hate it. God, why am I going on a mad one about fucking wrist tape?
Yeah, why are you going on about, especially about wrist tape? Knee pads, not going to understand. You'd want to wear fucking knee pads.
I don't know, it just looks like you look like a wrestler, don't you, with wrist tape? Like or like a glove, or like what? Fuck, even Roman Reigns has got that weird little hand gimmick. It's like it's not a glove, it's not wrist tape. It's cute. So it matches Roman Reigns.
Let's see. Looking around here. Since you brought them up, they want to know. We got a couple of thoughts here. Raymond Stein wants to know, what are your thoughts on Mike Bennett, and why do you like Curtis Axel?
Why wouldn't you like Curtis Axel? Like, if you actually watch the guy go, he can fucking go. Go watch some of his matches from NXT with Tyson Kidd, back when NXT was in 2012. And I was just a fan since then. And then he had the run with the IC title. I thought he was actually doing a really good job. Won the IC title at Payback in that great triple threat with Miz and Barrett. And then all of a sudden, it just went woof. He put Punk over every single night and then didn't see him again. And he hadn't had a fair shot since then. The system fucks you up sometimes. Mike Bennett, if he wore wrist tape on both hands, I have nothing against the guy. Like, I think he's a decent worker. I think it's good for TNA for picking him up. And TNA ratings picked up big time this week, which is good. I'm a quarter of the way through Impact. I've enjoyed it so far. And subscribe to VIP for the Impact review.
Do you think they're going to pick up Taven?
I don't know. I don't think they really need to. And I think he'll stick with Ring of Honor. I haven't heard anything about Taven going to TNA. I don't know. Like Bennett seems like a sports entertainment kind of guy, and Impact is sports entertainment, whereas Ring of Honor is pro wrestling. So I don't know.
All right. Well, it's looking like that's it. That's everything. So I'm going to go ahead and do some shameless self promotion while you guys maybe get your last second questions in. I want to tell everybody to check us out at KocoSports.com, KocoSports.com. It's your home for combat sports. It's where the world goes to kick ass, and most importantly, where it's okay to be a passionate fan. Also, check us out at ProWrestling.me. It's the pro wrestling pub for professional wrestling fans. We've even got a link now, thanks to Zachary Watts. We've got the official Stump the Idiot thread on there. So if you want to, ask us, anything about anything, you can do so over there instead of having to wait for us to kind of compile the questions and put together a video. Put out a video. Now you just ask your questions there. We'll be more than glad to answer it there. Also, check us out on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. I've actually got a new series that I've launched. I'm trying to get a little bit more traction for it. It's called Wrestling Subscriptions Unboxed, or Unboxed for short. There's one of the trendy things that's going on, and OK knows what I'm talking about, is there's these subscription services. It's where you pay a monthly fee, and then basically you get mailed like a mystery box full of all kinds of wrestling goodies.
Wrestling, like that.
Yeah, there's tons of just different services out there. But the problem you see with that is there's just so many services and there's various prices, and then I feel like a lot of the people on the internet don't help out because they like swooning over it, like they just put the fucking holy grail in the damn box. And because you get all these people, they act like if they ooh and ah loud enough that they're going to get a huge discount or some kind of endorsement deal or free swag. So it's just kind of biased out there. So I decided what I wanted to do was I was gonna look at all the subscription services. I found 5 of them. And every month I was going to subscribe to a different one. I was going to, and just, find out as much as I could about the company. And then I'm going to review every one of them and just take a look and take it from there. The first one I've done, I did this about 2-3 weeks ago. And by the way, I did this in no particular order. I went through the first box I revealed. What I did was Lucha Loot. So take a look at that video. I'll show you what I got. I got a standard box. You can take a look at that and see if maybe that's a service you want to subscribe to. I'll give you an inside track. The second one I have subscribed to, at least for this month, and I'm doing a different one. I'm not like keeping all these subscriptions because God knows that get really fucking expensive. The next one, I'm doing is called Pro Wrestling Crate, and there's about 3 more. If there's any more, let me know. And I'm going to review them all, and I'll let you know if it's good, if it's crap, just try to give you a very unbiased view of what it is. And maybe it's something you want to do. Maybe it's something you don't want to do after seeing that. So I'll weigh the pros, the cons, everything. But it's a new series. You can find it if you're subscribed to us on our YouTube channel. You can find it there. It was actually pretty cool. I got a El Hijo de Fantasma mask, so I wear it, try that bad boy on. That was actually kind of cool. My wife was like next to me the whole time, like shaking her fucking head, like, what the fuck did you do? Like,
she's there like, that's my fucking husband.
Yeah,
that's
pretty much. Yeah, she's like, she just rolls with it by now. She's known me for freaking forever. She's just like, okay, whatever.
Off you go, you sad little bastard.
Yeah, pretty much. So, all right, let's take a look at the last. Okay, we've actually got 2 more questions, and then we're going to say bye. Crazy J Ray says, "Why does Emma look like an old woman now?" I don't think she looks like an old woman. I think now Dana Brooke, I could probably make that argument for, because she looks like Siren from Mortal Kombat 3. But Emma, no, she's still fucking sexy. Yeah, I totally hit that. And then let's see the book. Oh, what if I was in like an alternate universe where I was single and she was single and this could totally happen? Yeah, Yeah,
it's just the way how we were talking about your wife, and then you were about fucking this other woman. It's just hysterical, like the timing of it.
Mm-hmm. And then book a Hina heel turn.
I just don't do it. I just don't do it.
Well,
Never.
I mean, the hell they did it with Hulk Hogan. So I mean, never say never, but I just don't see it happening right now.
Never. They won't ever, ever.
Ever, 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 ever. All right, that's going to do it for us. So you've heard all our shtick here. So we'll see you next time. We got some good stuff coming up. We got a Lucha Underground review coming up. We got a Ring of Honor review coming up. Hopefully, LK will fall on the hand grenade that is TNA and review that for us. Maybe we can get sneak in a SmackDown review, and of course, we'll start all over again on Monday with our Monday Night Raw review. LK did the honors this week. It's worth checking out. It's in our archives, which is up now, so be sure to check that out. So this is Boom Boom, and for my partners LK and Dave Coco, I am over.